Where do the traditional Chanukah foods come from? Interestingly, there are a lot of similarities between sort of Ashkenazi and Sephardic traditions. The traditional foods tend to come from something involved in the story. So, for example, with the Exodus from Egypt, which we celebrate on Pesach with the eating of matzah, they took matzah with them as they were leaving Egypt, and matzah becomes one of the traditional foods for Pesach and is enjoyed at the Seder. So the main type of food product that was associated with the holiday of Chanukah was oil. Another possible traditional food was also cheese and wine. The oil, of course, is associated with the stories of the Maccabees and with them finding a small jug of oil. The wine and cheese is with a lesser-known story of the book of Yehudit. And in that story, she saves a town, a Jewish town, from invaders by basically feeding wine and cheese to the general of the soldiers that are invading. And this is related to the time period of Hanukkah as well. And the soldiers fell asleep from the wine and cheese, and she was able to rescue the town by dealing with the soldiers and the general. So we have the oil, we have the cheese, and we have the wine. Now, what's interesting is that Hanukkah isn't really associated with having festive meals. It's about praising and lauding God for saving us. However, we do feel that it's important to recognize these miracles by having festive meals, and we make those meals festive by singing the praises at those meals. So the foods traditionally enjoyed are foods that are fried in oil. One suggestion I've seen was that the original foods were cheese pancakes fried in oil. Later on, when potatoes became more popular, we get the latke. So we've had latke for a few centuries when our European ancestors encountered the potatoes. But the donut is even older, and it seems to be shared by both Sephardic and Ashkenazic traditions. The earliest mention of the donut, or the sufganim, is mentioned by Rabbi Maimon, the father of one Moshe ben Maimon, the Rambam himself, said there was a long tradition of eating these puffed fried doughs. And again, they were a delicacy, and therefore they were given special places during the festive times. So when you see someone having a donut on Hanukkah, think of it as being an important chain in the tradition of Jewish people and the miracles that they were enjoyed upon by God himself.